Tom here, FlipAnything USA. I closed a deal this morning. It was a short deal. I got it maybe a week or two ago. I closed it for $320,000, and Zillow shows it at a value of $479, $476. I've already got it listed. I closed it today, but I'm listing it right away for $439. It needs next to nothing. It needs just to be mopped out and cleaned. The deal that I just made, any of you watching, I'm telling you, you could do it too. So that's why I titled today's, How to Get Started in Real Estate. I started at 19 years old. I didn't have any money. It was the terms that allowed me to make the deal. But after that, after I got that first deal, I was living for my payment because I had a cabinet shop and I was renting out of it. But I began very quickly to realize I could find another deal. If it was owner finance, maybe I could work it out by myself because I didn't have much money. Or I could find a partner. And maybe in the process of finding a partner, maybe I'd hand him off the whole deal and he could buy me out. And so that all that's available to you. You get to a point where you start to make so much money. With real estate, what's possible is when you first start making deals and really getting somewhere and getting the money, you wonder, God, am I going to get it again? Am I going to make a second deal? It's just a giant inventory. You never run out of inventory with real estate. You got all these properties, and guess what? All these houses, all these buildings. In fact, I've got an offer. I can't give you too much information. I'll share it with everybody when I get it. I made an offer for several $1 million today on a property. The person that I'm hoping to buy this from is somebody that had amassed hundreds of buildings over his lifetime. You live long enough, you make a shitload of money. And this is one of those guys that did. And just like actually Jerry in the class, he got a $3.5 million building for just under $1 million, and a home run. Those are the things that can happen. And particularly to you guys that you just don't see it happening, or you're wondering how, it just is in Quora or Reddit or something. And I mean, they hear people complain about the fake gurus. There was a guy in there talking about Pace Morby and how once you get in the class, they almost immediately tell you any negativity and you'll be kicked out of the class. Well, you've just lost your $8,000, and basically you're told you can't complain. If you complain, you're out. And I think that's why there's nobody ever talks about it. They don't talk about making any money, and they don't talk about being happy about it. I mean, I have a handful of emails and such where people have done that. I started with zero. And so that's why I ended up being such a good mentor for people, because all the kinds of properties, these are lists of properties that I have off to my side here. If you get in the sky here, you see all these properties, every one of these blue dots. I found the deal, I made the deal, I signed the deal, I negotiated the deal. I sold it, I made money, or I still own it, collect rents. And that's the critical experience that you need. I mean, without that, if you're just somebody selling courses like so many of these yo-yos, they have no hands-on experience. They're just simply plagiarizing others and trying to make it their story. But that's why, and Pace is one of those guys that I don't think he knows what he's doing. He's really good at selling his course. I'll give him that. Chris Crone, there's another guy. He talks about, I don't know, several years back, he figured out he could buy a few houses with some partners. And now that's what he does. He claims to teach people, to be a mentor, but nobody seems to have real access to him. At least that's what I'm told. So look, real quick here, give you a couple quick stories and give you some hope out there, you people that maybe hadn't done. So real quick here, just look. First property I ever bought, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but first property I ever bought, 5,900 square foot commercial industrial building. I actually lived in this thing, not that I wanted to, but I had to make the payment, and I struggled a bit, right? In a short time, I bought all these buildings that you see around it, little houses. I made an illegal duplex out of this thing. But these are the things that got me rolling. I needed a partner on just about every property. Not the first one I didn't. Next four after that, I had to have a partner. Then I got this one tied up, realized I don't need a partner, made another 20 grand or something roughly on this. I made about 22,000 I made on that one. This back in 1985, when that's a chunk of money. That was a chunk of money back then. All of it. I made 100 grand on this little building, flipping it. I bought it from Mission Linen. Some of you guys might know Mission Linen. Mission Linen cleans uniforms all over the state of California and probably all over the country. But I remember going to their corporate office in Santa Barbara. And then land, I made 130 grand on this one piece of land. Now that's not how it is all the time. Most of the deals I did, I made, $10,000, $15,000, $7,500. There's an area out here, I went through about 60, 70 lots. I made anywhere from $7,000 to $20,000. So listen, if you're here watching right now, got a fair amount of people watching, use your phone. hit that QR code, go to the success page, and fill out you can fill out the webinar, you can fill out at the top of my page. Let me show you real quick here. You can go right here, webinar, okay? Or success page, or apply for mentorship. This is my favorite because it gives me a little more information about you. And listen, I'll send you a thing. You'll be able to schedule a call. I'll talk to you for free, okay? Listen, you can go to a seminar. There's these big seminars that are going on right now, summits. They got some credible speakers. There's one with Patrick David. You know, I enjoy him. And there's a real estate agent guy. I mean, again, I don't know if you want to be an agent, that's handy. It's the fake gurus are kind of the turds that are sugar-coated with real talent and with real, celebrity. And that's kind of how stuff gets done. You just got to be careful, buyer beware. Take time to talk to me before you go sign up with anybody else. You'll learn a lot. And just by comparison, you'll see the difference between an active, authentic investor with tons of experience in buying houses and land and buildings, 200,000 plus square feet of properties. I have trailer parks, food parks, I have big buildings, I have, small buildings, I have everything you want to own, everything you drive by every day. That's the kind of stuff that I own. It's very important you talk to somebody with credibility that has, tons of stories and wins and losses in some cases. I don't lose very often, but I've had a couple. In fact, I'll show you real quick. First deal I ever lost any money on, and really there's only maybe been two. But out here where I just made $350,000 on this 70 acres out here. It kind of parallels this property you see right here. And back, it's like 1985, I was 24 or 25 years old. It was a big chunk of money. Actually, Actually, that was near 1989. I don't like to misstate anything. But I was a millionaire, before I was 30. Like 27, 28 years old. Don't think for a second that you can get started with very little and you'd be surprised how fast it multiplies. You make $5,000, then you make 10, you make 20, and next thing you know, you got $50,000. And, you can buy something without a partner, keep all the money to yourself.